Alright guys, just to give you an idea of what we're doing, we've gotten the face plates removed from these brackets here. As you can see, they're still on those later ones. We're eventually going to get to those, but yeah, you always see what the after looks like, but the before looks like this. And basically what they do is they go in and they remove these these rivets here, which are pretty heavy duty. And the way they do that is they grind down the back. So one of the guys was grinding down the rivets on the back side, and then the second guy was just punching them out. And then once those rivets are out, this plate here, it would just fold down. And then once it folded down, they would just kind of rip it back and forth, and it would come off. Which is why we've got like this piece right here, for example. It's just the leftover part from that thing, and inside of these channels was, some more insulation. So, which I didn't realize that, I mean, it makes sense, but I didn't realize that they had actually insulated these C channels here, for that. So, up next, what they're going to do is, as you can see, they're working on getting ready to raise the roof for the loft. So it's it's going to start right about here. So they're going to chop it the way you normally see a roof raise done. Then they're going to put the square tubing inside of it for structural support. And it's actually going to go down the C channel, I think about 8 inches or so to right about here. So it's going to go down even further. It's not just going to be right here. It's going to go shoot down into it to add even more structural support. So it's almost going to be like a roll cage pretty much. It's not easy to get those tubings in that C channel, so it's going to take quite a bit of hammering to fit it in there right. But it's worth doing the larger tubing versus the smaller, like 1-inch tubing, which the 1-inch tubing fits in there perfectly, but it's got a little bit of extra space between the tubing and the C channel. So it's better to do the thicker channeling. So just to give you a visual, we've got both of them here. So as you can see, the one right here on the right is the 1-inch, and I think it's a 1 1/4 is the larger, thicker one. So the thicker one has a harder time getting in there. It's a real tight squeeze, but so they've got to get hammered in there, versus the 1-inch, which slides in perfectly. But when you look at the difference between the two, the 1 1/4 is obviously going to be a lot thicker and a lot more secure to do. The other thing you'll notice is that our door is now missing, which is pretty cool. So what we're doing is we've removed the door, and where the steps are, we're creating another storage area. So we'll probably put like our generator or something there. So that's going to create a storage area, and this floor is going to be completely flat all the way across, because what we're going to do is right here where this is, we're actually going to put a desk. So we'll have a desk here and another captain's chair here, and our door is getting moved over there instead. So it'll be pretty cool. So here's the door. So in order to kind of upcycle the material, what we're going to do is we're going to weld the doors together, create a metal frame all the way around it. So it's going to be one solid piece. And what we did was we turned the door upside down. So these longer windows were at the bottom of the door, and the shorter windows were at the top. So instead of just covering, that door all together, basically what we're going to do is we're going to weld all this together. We flipped it upside down, okay? So the top part of the door is going to have the larger windows, and the shorter windows are going to be at the bottom. But instead of having short windows, what we're going to, because it's going to be a storage area, and we don't want people driving past our bus to see what we've got in that storage area. So we're gonna actually remove the windows, and they're gonna create another door. They're gonna fabricate a door for us, a hinge door. So the bottom half is gonna be a hinge door, and the top part's just gonna be the windows, and then we're gonna put it right back where it was, which will again give us more storage down here, and the bigger windows here. And those bigger windows are really gonna kind of, you know, give us a hand, you know, while driving. That way we can still, you know, as the driver can still look out, you know, and see the mirrors and, you know, see the cars next to us, which is, you know, which is pretty good. So that's kind of the plan with the door. And again, it's going to be moved to the other side behind the driver's seat. So the driver's seat is here. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the driver's seat out, so it's going to be a rotating captain's chair. We're going to have a rotating captain's chair here. Behind the chair, we're going to have a little dinette section. And then next to that, we're going to have another captain's chair that kind of rotates around. And then after that, we're going to have our new door. So the door should be about 30 inches wide, I believe. And that'll go, you know, over there. And then from there, we're gonna have, you know, our kitchen space on that side. On this side, we're gonna have, you know, as I said, we're gonna have, you know, the driver's area. And then right here, we're gonna have a desk. So as we're driving along, you know, we're gonna have a captain's chair here. So if somebody wants to drive, you know, with the bus, that's fine. They can sit up here with the driver, have a desk to work on whatever it is they're working on, and still have this great view. And then over here, we're gonna have a couch, and that's gonna go to about, you know, that part, and then from there over is gonna start being the kitchen. So, you know, the other crazy thing that we're doing is we're not doing a full roof raise, we're only gonna do a partial roof raise. So that's gonna start, you know, here. It's gonna go up, you know, between 30 inches and 40 inches. We haven't figured that part out yet. We're still trying to do the math on materials and everything else. So, you know, we don't want to go more than 13 feet 6 inches total for the bus height. So if we do a 30-inch roof raise, it's going to be, you know, 12 feet 6 inches versus 13.6. So we haven't figured out if we're doing 30 or 40 inches. But it's going to, you know, we're only going to do this front part of the bus. And the reason for that is right here along this line, we're going to cut it, lift it up, and we're going to create a kids loft up here. Most buses have bunk beds for the kids, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to kind of give them their own space that they can also play in. So we're going to have this metal, you know, platform right here, and then up 30 inches more to create them a kid's loft with their beds and kind of a little area to play in. You know, so the height wise from floor to ceiling is going to be a little bit tighter, but in reality it's going to be a chair, a couch, and a dinette. So there's not really going to be a lot of standing in this area. So it's okay if, you know, I've got to bend over to get into that spot, you know, that's fine with me. But it'll give the kids between 4 and 5 feet of play area and sleeping area above that driver's area. So we're getting ready to get all that area cut up right now. And as soon as, you know, it progresses, I'll take some more pictures and videos to kind of show you guys everything. Just want to give you a quick update. Thanks, guys.